Hello, and welcome to Tips and Tricks. I'm Debbie Nelson with Together SC, and I am here to introduce you to one of our consultants at Together SC, a good friend to Together SC. Today, we're going to be talking to GP McLeer. And GP wears more hats than anybody that I know. GP is the executive director of the South Carolina Arts Alliance. He is the mayor of Fountain Inn, South Carolina, and he is the founder of Pecan Consulting, which we're going to talk about today. I think it actually is Pecan PR. We're going to talk about that today. In addition, he is a good friend to Together SC because he leads our advocacy allies. So I think I got all of that correct, GP, but welcome to Tips and Tricks.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here, and I love working with you, Debbie, and your work with Together SC and all of our nonprofits in the state.
Well, let us know a little bit more about Pecan PR because I know this is a relatively new endeavor for you. So tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, we started in 2021. We're pretty brand new, and we focus on helping nonprofits with advocacy work as well as communications and governance are kind of our three focus areas. It's myself and I have another partner, Meredith McNeely. And we both of us have a lot of experience working in nonprofits, whether it's fundraising and governance, as well as the advocacy side. We both work with organizations that do a lot of advocacy. And so we have found a really timely niche with nonprofits, helping them understand the political processes that they may be impacted by and how to impact change in their community or in the state. And that's what we've been doing for the last few months. And Together SC, we work with Together SC a lot, and we're really proud of the work that the team at Together SC has been able to do these during COVID-19.
So advocacy, I think, is a little daunting to many nonprofit leaders. It's not something that they're necessarily trained in like you have been. And so I often hear folks asking, like, how do we get started in this work? What do we do to learn more about advocacy, and how do we, just start moving this work forward that we're doing?
So I do. My role is the Arts Alliance. We actually do advocacy training all the time, and one of the metaphors that I use that I've found in my life that rings true every day is if you've ever been to a NASCAR race, I've only been to one. Advocacy is a little bit like NASCAR in that, and that's weird to say, but the first 20 minutes of a NASCAR race are exhilarating. It's like the first 100 days in office. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of, there's burning rubber, there's engines, it's loud and it's exciting. But then after 20 minutes, I started to realize that they do just go around in circles. They do just make left turns. And I said, I've got to find this more engaging for myself so I'll enjoy the whole race. And so I said, I'm going to pick somebody and I'm going to follow them. So I picked number 14 and I followed him. I said, I hope he does better than wherever he is right now. I didn't know what place he was in at the time. And I started to understand it. I understood kind of why people like their drivers, the role of pit stops and the timeliness of them. And I really enjoyed it. And I was there with my father and we had a great time. And advocacy is similar. It can seem daunting. It can seem like something that, you may not be interested in because you think it's just, people going to the state house and voting on bills that sometimes don't impact you. But it's extremely important for nonprofits to do. Nonprofits can and should advocate for their missions and for their constituents and for themselves. And so the best way to start that is to find something and follow it. And learn the process, learn who the players are, the elected officials and the community leaders, and then start working on how do I get my message into that system. And so, during COVID, there's been a lot of opportunities to work at every level of government. COVID-19's one of the lessons I've learned is how important your local governments are, and state house and below in particular. And so, during COVID-19, there's been a lot of opportunities to do that. And there still are some. While we're recording this, there's the American Rescue Plan sending money to every city and every county in the state. And there's a lot of opportunities for nonprofits to engage with their elected officials, to understand the process that could support them and help impact that process. And I think that's always my first advice is pick something and follow it if it seems like it's a daunting task for you. And you'll learn eventually, either very quickly or sometimes it takes a couple of years for your issue to kind of get churning, but you'll pick it up.
Wow. And I've noticed, I think it was in my inbox just today, that you are through Together SC actually providing us with some of those issues that we can be following.
Yeah, and that's part of it too, is tuning in. You can't finding ways to get the information. You can't just sometimes wait for it to come to you. You've got to go out and seek it and understand it. And so, one of the things that we do at Pecan is we help nonprofits who have a lot of other hats to wear during the day, small staffs with a long, never-ending to-do list. And so we help consolidate that information, communicate it to the staff or to constituents across the state or across the region or their mailing list, and help make it easy to digest, easy to understand, and help kind of break away some of the hard to understand processes of the state house or sometimes locals as well. So that's one of the things that we offer for nonprofits. We do that for a couple of them across the state, and it's good for us because we're the group that watches C-SPAN, so y'all don't have to. I watch the state house. I'm watching it later today, and so we've that's what we help dissect that and make it digestible for folks.
Well, thank you for demystifying some of this daunting work that is really important work. And thank you for all that you do for Together SC. I appreciate those tips and tricks. And we will be sharing with this video, we will be sharing your contact information. So if folks have more questions about how to engage more with the advocacy allies at Together SC or with Pecan PR, I know they will be easy to find you. So thank you so much, GP, and we look forward to receiving more of those communications from you so we can keep following our state house. Thank you.